Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? When you talk about the work that you've done for people, why did that matter? Like, how did that play such a big role in your life?
Well, one of the things that happened was as I was going to school, I was looking for different ways of making money, right? Looking for jobs. One of the things I did was I became an EMT. So then I was out, in the ambulance, working with other technicians, trying to help save lives. And you will go to some of the most terrible neighborhoods and realize, like, hey, you know, there are others that have it worse than I do. And those were kind of neighborhoods that we went into because, at that time, the place that I lived in the neighborhood that I was at, the community, it wasn't like, a rich or even a middle class community. It was lower class community, but I felt like, it was a good opportunity for me to get to know people, give back to my community, plus learn a lot about, healthcare, medicine, those kind of things, because that's at the time, that's what I was going to college for. I was a pre-med, but then I actually ended up going to take a computer science class and just going into the tech world. And now I help out nonprofits and startup founders with, their tech needs. So I've been able to do that and now travel the world as a digital nomad, working on all these different projects, working for different companies as a developer and helping nonprofits, reach their goals and mission because they're not, tech friendly. So, but that allows me to continue helping people as I did all those years back.
Yeah, one of the things I always remember early on in my journey is hearing and really sitting in this idea of like, if you're at your lowest, go and serve, like go and be of service, go and help people. And that's a huge part of like what this show is. I'm like, if we can come together and help people, even if it's in this digital space, like that's so much more than I've ever had access to do, right? Now, that does
Mhm.
include volunteering and things of that nature, but ultimately it's through this avenue where I'm like, this matters, right? But I think like a lot of people are disillusioned by how much it matters. When you were starting to go through, I mean, look, life must have been very chaotic for you, right? To be that young, four kids. I can't even imagine, dude, right? And so like you got four kids, you're trying to go to school, you're working this full-time job. What was there like a rock bottom moment in this? Was there just like a like, oh my God, if I don't like what became the precursor to the change that ultimately has become your life?
So when we had our second child, so I had my son and then I had my oldest daughter, I had to make a decision. Like, it was a very hard decision, and I give credit to the mother of my children. She actually said, "No, there's no way you're dropping out of school," because I really really had to think hard about that, right?
Mm,
Because for me, my stress level was way up there. Just with the two kids, and it was just a matter of saying, "Hey, look, I might have to drop out of school or go part time, and figure it out and we need money." Like, one of the memories I had, was I I had to go inside the bank to withdraw $7 because I couldn't do it by ATM card. I had to go to the bank teller, fill out a slip, $7 so I can go buy diapers. And for me, that's why I was like, "This has gotta stop. I gotta change. Like, I can't keep doing this." So if that was rock bottom, it was there. Granted, I had 2 more children after that, but by that time, I was actually on the road back. We were happy, life was getting good, but I was actually getting close to graduating. I had people actually saying, "Jim, we want you to do an internship with our company." Things were looking up because, uh, I was keeping myself busy. It wasn't that was the other thing. So those people that I'm hanging out with, like sometimes we were like, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I knew I was going to be drinking. I was a bartender when I was 21, and just started hanging out with that group of people, and it was fun. Definitely loved that time of year, but time in my life. But when I became an EMT and I started working for other organizations that needed tech support, it kept me out of that environment. I could then just sit there and concentrate and focus on, okay, how can I get better at this job? How can I get better skills? How can I learn more and continue to grow? And then also I started thinking more about the kids because they were getting older, right? It wasn't just so much now they were walking, now they were more fun, things like that. And they needed more of my attention. It wasn't just like, okay, just give them a bottle, put them to sleep, those kind of things. So as the kids were growing up, and I was 23, I really started sitting there thinking like, all right, we're making progress, but we still had a long road to go to.